Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the latest crisis in the auto industry. Three giants of the car-making world, Vauxhall, Ford, and Jaguar Land Rover, are facing a serious problem: the Brexit deal and UK electric vehicle production.
These car makers took one look at the Brexit deal and thought, well, this is a pointless cause. Now they're asking the British government to renegotiate.
Brexit. The never-ending Stellantis, which owns brands like Citroën, Peugeot, and Fiat, is struggling to meet the rules of origin for electric vehicles. Apparently, 40% of the parts by value should come from the UK or EU to avoid tariffs. You'd think they'd invent a magic wand for this stuff by now. This threshold is only going to increase in the coming years, like a game of whose industry is it anyway. If the car makers don't comply, they'll face a whopping 10% tariff, making it harder for them to compete with rival models from East Asia. It's like a game of automotive dodgeball, but nobody's winning. Stellantis is asking for some kind of fresh agreement that keeps the rules in place until 2027. Ford follows suit, calling for a 3-year delay while the UK and EU work on battery production. So much for United, huh? So what's at stake if the deal isn't renegotiated? The car industry isn't exactly going to throw a party. We're talking about job losses, closing operations, and a negative impact on the UK economy. It's worse than running out of petrol in the middle of nowhere. This existential threat to the UK car industry would put 800,000 jobs at risk and make the UK a less attractive place to do business. And here, I thought the British weather was the biggest deterrent. Stellantis, the company that appeared so confident a few years ago, claims that the increased costs and other external headwinds now stand in the way of UK and EU production minimum. Guess it's last full steam ahead and more pump the brakes for that. In conclusion, let's hope the auto industry can steer back on track. Not only are jobs on the line, but we'd also rather avoid the thought of hitchhiking through a post-Brexit Britain. This podcast is brought to you by AI.pictures.